Be prepared. Every survival manual you'll ever read tells you the first step to survival is be prepared. Whether it's like burning the turkey on Thanksgiving or surviving a zombie attack, number one, be prepared. Know your enemy. And I knew that from a very young age that I needed to be prepared. My family taught me to be prepared because I had great big goals. I grew up in a very conservative home, very religious. And as a female growing up in the 60s and 70s, I had lots of choices. I could get married and have kids, or I could get married and pray for kids. That was it. Those were my choices. Oh, and also I could choose how many kids I had because, I could stop when I wanted to, like around 50 or so. But I wanted to do that. That was my life. That was what I knew. So when I was young, I started getting prepared to get married. And in junior high, we had our little girls' Bible study, and it was all about Christian charm school. Now, we didn't wear makeup, and we certainly didn't wear pants. But we learned how to be a Proverbs 31 woman, how to be submissive, how to let go of our own will and give it to our future husband. So I did that perfectly. And when I was 16, my mother bought me this fabulous hope chest. And I don't know if they still do hope chests, but I certainly did a hope chest. And so I went to work at Dunkin' Donuts at 16 because I was going to fill that hope chest. And I got pots and pans, and I got blankets, and I got linens, and I was prepared to get married and have kids. And about 17, I graduated from high school and realized, oh my gosh, I have to have a man to get married and have kids. So I thought, okay, I know how to flirt. I'm good at flirting. I'll find a cute guy and I'll get married. And I found a cute guy, and he thought I was kind of cute. So he asked me to get married, and I did. And at the ripe old age of 19, I was married, and I was prepared to go into that life that I was working towards. We were very goal-oriented. He was a military officer, so we were very goal-oriented, and we moved a couple times, and then we realized, oh, it's time to have kids. Now, I was prepared for that. He was not prepared for that, but I was. So he read lots of books, and we figured out what month we wanted to have that baby in. And then we counted back 40 weeks, and we got prepared. And we were ready to have that baby exactly on that date. And then something happened, and I lost that baby. And then we had another one. We got pregnant again, and we lost that baby. Pregnant again, we'd given up counting the weeks, and we lost that baby. So I was starting to get prepared for losing babies, and I knew I had to go to the next step now and start praying for kids because I hadn't done the mom and kids. So it's time to start praying for them. So we prayed, and I got pregnant, and I lost that baby. And then I got pregnant, and I had that baby, beautiful little boy. 2 years later, we had another boy, and we were living the life I had prepared for. Okay, so I hadn't really prepared for the harsh words and the occasional ouches. I wasn't ready for that, but that was okay. I was submissive, and you know what? We were living the life I had prepared for. Nobody saw the inside. 6 years later, we had another little boy. 2 years after that, we had a little girl. Now I had the perfect family. I got that girl. We were ready to go. I homeschooled. We taught in the community. We were leaders in the community, leaders in the church, leaders in the home education movement. I taught how to be a good wife. I taught how to organize. I taught all sorts of things. I was prepared and living the life I had chosen. Now, we were the perfect family. Okay, maybe not totally perfectly. Admittedly, I was carrying 135 pounds extra weight in my pain places. And sometimes my kids rebelled a little bit, but we were perfect. Really, seriously, we were perfect. And then one day I got a phone call. It was one of my kids' friends' mother. Jill, this is David's mom. Do you have a moment? Of course I had a moment. She probably wanted to know how to do freezer cooking or how to plan her life. I've got about 10 minutes. I can totally talk to you. What's up? How can I help you? Jill, we just called 911. David cut his wrist this time. He's bleeding out. You need to get home. Jill, are you okay? I hung up the phone and, oh my God, no, I was not okay. It was not okay. This was not the life I had prepared for, and I was not happy about it. So I went home, I got my kid, and yes, he survived. He's good. We were survivors, remember? And then came the years of divorce and alcoholism and addiction and cutting and survival. And I survived. We survived. We made it. It was really okay. We had made it. But something happens. We are created for survival. We were wired to survive. That's why we're still all here, because when the saber-toothed tiger was chasing us down, we knew automatically how to climb that tree and get away from the saber-toothed tiger. We did it. We're created to survive in 4 ways. We can freeze, stay right where we are, which I did for 25 years. We can take flight, which I did after his suicide attempt. We can fight, which I did after that because I fought for my kids' survival. And then, of course, the other F is the procreate, and we'd already done that. So I had survived, and I was up in the tree, and I had to come down and live life. And you may not have had to do all those things, but we have to live life. And it's when we move from survival mode into living life that we move into joy. And that's where we're going to go today, is into joy.